G'day guys, Ruby Schleicher here, standing next to the KGM Musso. Now the boys have a day off today, so we're going to go pick up Brayden Maynard, Vice Captain of the Collingwood Football Club, and we're going to see what a day off looks like for him and talk to him a little bit more about his footy journey to the Pies. So come along with us. How would they have described you as a kid?
Yeah, I was a bit cheeky, I was a little bit naughty, cute, very caring and loving, and
got to chuck shit in there, obviously.
Got to chuck shit in there, yeah.
All right, Braz, we just left your joint. We're in the KGM Musso. You're taking me for a little drive today. It's your day off.
Yep.
What's the morning look like for you on a regular day off?
Well, this morning I actually had to sleep in, then got in the sauna. Then had a nice cold shower, which actually was a great start to my morning, and then I went and got a coffee.
You got a sauna at your place?
Yes, I do. I've just invested in a little infrared sauna at home, which is the best thing I've done for a long time. I wish I did it earlier.
Yep.
But anyway, so I started the morning off with a sauna, then a nice cold shower, got me going, and then I actually went and got a coffee with Ashley, and then dropped her to the train.
What's the coffee order?
The coffee order is a strong almond latte, extra hot sometimes.
You got the coffee machine at home?
No, I don't. I don't have a coffee machine at home, but I want to invest because...
It is the best investment I've ever made, I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I've heard it's actually a great investment because you're saving a lot of money, because I did pay $8.12 for a coffee the other day.
See, that's just criminal.
I know.
See, I love
robbery.
my coffee machine at home because I buy my beans from my favourite coffee shop back in Perth. If I go for a coffee in Melbourne, it's never going to taste the same, which is my theory.
Yeah.
So if I go out, I'll still buy a coffee, but I reckon, a coffee machine, like $700 I reckon I got mine for, and buy a couple bags of bean a month, and every couple of months.
So it probably works out to be a lot cheaper, doesn't it?
I reckon when coffee's going up to about $8, it's...
I think it's the whole process around getting up, like having a shower, getting in your car, driving into the club, getting a coffee on the way, sipping on your coffee on the way. Like, it's the whole, that's the experience, and that's the whole addictive part.
Yeah, or if you have if you know your baristas, if you see them every day and you have a bit of a relationship, that's a nice one.
Have a good chat in the morning.
Were you Adelaide boy?
I was an Adelaide boy.
Near the beach?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we lived on a street called Farrell Street, which is in Glenelg. Literally, we actually used to live across the road from Chad Corn, so when I was younger, he was sort of one of my idols. Yeah, we lived just down the road from the beach, so got down there a little bit as well, but it's always been sort of a part of what I've been doing, a part of my recovery on days off, and just whenever I can get down there, because it is so amazing and you feel great after you get out of there. So I can walk down now. I'm fortunate enough that I'm able to walk down and just get in and duck the legs in and then walk home. So always sort of been around the beach in Adelaide and in Melbourne, which is great.
I reckon it makes such a difference. Like, I'm just in St Kilda East, and just being near the water, particularly like being from Perth where you're just surrounded by water, it makes such a difference to even just your mental health. Like being able to go for a walk, see water even if you're not swimming, compared to just sort of walking around the city. I've always felt like I just needed to be near it, and it just clears your mind a little bit.
Absolutely.
So in your fam, I know you've got Corey, who played as well.
Yeah.
Is it just you two?
So I got a sister, Carly. And then obviously mum and dad, Peter and Donna, and then Corey, who works in the welfare space at North Melbourne, which he absolutely loves, and he's been there for a few years, and he's loving that, and they love him, so there's a great relationship there. And then Carly, she actually works in events at Caulfield Racecourse.
Right.
So she's very busy. Mum's a nanny, and then dad works out at Casey's pretty much. I'm not too sure of the exact title. You could say the GM of sort of Casey Fields out that way. So he looks after all the VFL stuff out there. So I don't know how he does bloody driving out there the whole time.
Melbourne when you got drafted?
So our family's been sort of split for most of our lives, really. We haven't really been settled in with each other because Corey went to college, and then Carly and Corey were doing year 10 to 12 in Adelaide. Then we were back in Melbourne and I was doing year 8. And so the family's always sort of been split up, and Carly went and lived in London for a couple of years. So we've never really been together as a family for a long period of time, especially when we were a little bit older. But we've always had a really, really strong loving connection.
Yeah.
That's bonded us for, no matter where anyone is anywhere in the world, we've always been able to connect really well. So I'm very lucky that I've got a really beautiful family.
How would they have described you as a kid?
Yeah, I was a bit cheeky, I was a little bit naughty, but from all reports I was cute, very caring and loving, and
got to chuck shit in there, obviously.
Got to chuck shit in there, yeah. Cute, loving, caring, and I just loved hugging people. So I feel like that's what I still do to this day, which is great. But yeah, absolutely love my family, and we've been able to stick fat and stay strong with each other over the years when we've all been sort of separated across the world. So really grateful.
So you get drafted to Collingwood, and you're in that draft, it's Darcy and Geordie, correct?
Yeah, there was about 9 of us, but Darcy and Geordie and myself are the only 3 left from that draft, and to still be playing with them, it's quite amazing. And then to be living at home in Melbourne, where I can still see friends and family and everything while doing what I love, was a massive win. Because I do have family in Adelaide, and I would have been fine to go to Adelaide, but I thought I was just going to be drafted to Adelaide Football Club.
Yeah.
But that didn't pan out the way that sort of it did. Went to Collingwood instead, and forever grateful for that opportunity, because I don't think I'd rather be anywhere else.
What were the initial emotions? Was there initially any sort of reservation around it, or was it just kind of the excitement?
Well, I always thought I was going pick 14 to Adelaide, but then that didn't happen. So I was like, oh God, I have no idea what's going to happen now. And Collingwood sort of had always had a lot of interest, a lot more interest than other clubs. So that was my next guess, and then funnily enough, it all went to plan and all happened from there. So I'm super happy and super stoked that I've landed at Collingwood, because I would rather be nowhere else.
Exactly right. Now, you picked up, you obviously, Darcy and you and Geordie sort of become best mates straight away, but one of my first memories walking into the club was walking, I think you and Benny Crocker had taken over the Orcs court, and it was just one of the most insane environments I've ever walked into a gym. So who were your best mates early days? Because I reckon I could guess, but I want to hear it from your mouth.
Definitely. Well, getting drafted with Darcy and Jord, knowing that they were sort of the staple of the next sort of 10 years or however long it will be, I sort of just gravitated to them probably more than anyone else, and that's what I was mentioning before. Still being with them, still playing with them is something that I'll cherish and don't take for granted, because I feel like us 3 have been able to stick fat and go through sort of the tough times when we weren't winning quite a lot of games, we weren't making finals, and then to be able to sort of help build a culture that sort of we're running at the moment, it's really pleasing. Sort of early days and still to today, Darcy's quite close with myself, and then Geordie's obviously one of my closer mates at the club, along with a few other boys. But being with them since day dot, there'll always be that sort of extra special connection with those guys. So I love the way they go about it, vice versa, and I'm just excited to see if we can just keep going, seeing how long we can actually play with each other for. So I'm looking forward to that. You're
now in a vice captaincy position. Do you sort of look at that and go, geez, I can't believe I'm here? Or was it something that you always knew that you probably had in you that you were going to be able to get to?
Yeah, definitely. I always knew that I was a leader through actions on the football field. I loved competing, and I played on the edge a lot, and I always sort of, my idol was Luke Hodge. Like, I always sort of compared my game to his, the way I played. I just absolutely loved watching Luke Hodge as well, just the way he went about it in general. So I thought I had similar traits to him. So getting drafted, I knew I had the opportunity to reach heights that I probably would never expect. But then deep down, I knew I had these traits to hopefully one day be a vice captain, or whatever it may have looked like. But to sort of look back now from where I've come from, and what I've learned along the way, I had to figure out a lot by myself, and I had to learn off people. I had to get advice off a lot of people, and I sort of had to learn the hard way, on field and off field. I've had a lot of conversations along the way, and I can't thank everyone enough for those conversations. But what I'm doing right now, at the moment, I'm sort of really proud of what I've been able to achieve in terms of being vice captain. But the one thing that matters to me the most is being able to help the culture that's sort of been built from when I was drafted. There's a lot that's been changed, so just to be a part of that, helping that, is something that means a lot to me. So yeah, I'm really grateful to just have that opportunity to be able to be put in that place first and foremost, to be able to do what I love, and then to be able to sort of help people along the way with their footy journeys as well, from what I've probably learnt along the way. So there's been a lot of learnings and a lot to take out of it, and I've got a lot more to give.
In those perfect years at the football club where you've seen both sides of AFL footy, where it used to be that really brutal environment, and there's still elements of that brutality, but the really brutal man's man, hard on each other, sort of, where now it's shifted to that more caring side that I guess everyone knows Fly's style as. What have you sort of made of that changes, and how have you felt yourself, or even you as a person, change with a footy club or with the culture in that way?
Yeah, you've definitely got to adapt, and having sort of different coaches come in, and you're always going through different playing lists. It's always changing, so there's different personnel coming through the club. So being able to connect with different personnel all the time, people are coming in, people are coming out, but just being able to adapt and have people come along for the journey and just have complete buy-in to the culture and what you're trying to build with everyone, coaches, staff, players. It's a one club sort of mentality, and I feel like that's what we've been able to do no matter what, who's come in, who's at the helm. We've just been able to adapt and just have buy-in to what we want to be as a club, and that's obviously a successful club and a club that loves to win. And I feel like Collingwood's really fortunate enough and lucky enough to have great people in it always, from the very top to the very bottom. We've always had great people, and that's the main thing. So yeah, I feel like the love and the care that Fly has shown is just on another level. So I'm really fortunate and lucky enough to have been in some really, really good teams, and great teams and fun teams, and I feel like I'm in probably one of the better ones right now.
Yeah, definitely. Now we're almost back at your joint, but
We are.
What's the rest of the day off look like?
I like to tick stuff off in the morning, and then I'll have the arvo off, so I'll just be able to chill, put the feet up, have a nap.
Yeah.
Love sleeping, love napping, love chilling
Nap
out.
every day type operator?
I'm a nap every day.
How long or short are these naps? What's considered a nap? Because I reckon if you're going above 45 minutes, it's considered a sleep.
Yeah, I can nap for anywhere from like half to an hour, depending what the time is, because then it can affect my sleep at night. But yeah, chill in the arvo, maybe just run some errands, do some washing if there is any washing at the house, clean the house.
You do the
Love
chores?
having a clean house. Yeah, I do the chores. Ashley does the chores sometimes as well, but yeah, I like to have a clean house, and then sort of get dinner ready if I need to, or order Uber Eats, or Ashley comes home and then we just have dinner together and talk about the day. I'm a horrendous cook.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not
horrendous.
very good. I rotate the same meals over and over.
Yeah, you're bad.
Yeah,
no, it's an Uber Eats job.
Yeah, definitely. Well, mate, thanks for getting me back in one piece. I do appreciate it in the nice KGM wheels.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a great chat.
Thanks for chatting, Brizzy.
All good. Up the pies.
Woo!